Yes, my friends, I can't believe what's been happening in the last few hours. Honestly, I really want the Browns to make it to the Super Bowl, but the way things are going, with these changes that are happening, I need to know what you think. In the end, I want you to leave your opinion on this. Before we continue, make sure you've already hit the like button if you believe we have the ability to make it to the next Super Bowl. And comment like this: I believe, go Browns. So, as we prepare for Week 6, we're coming off 3 tough losses. The Browns are trying to bounce back and get the season back on track, but we have a big challenge ahead of us with the Eagles, who are coming off their bye week. Not exactly ideal, right? But hey, there's still time to turn things around, and the team is making moves to try to trigger that change. On Tuesday, we received some surprising news about the roster. The Browns decided to release tight end Blake Whiteheart, which shocked many fans. Whiteheart has been a standout while David Njoku was out with an injury, and he even scored the only offensive touchdown for us in Week 4 against the Raiders. You'd think that would keep him on the roster longer, but the Browns decided to let him go. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The Browns wasted no time in finding a replacement. According to Mary Kay Cabot, the team is promoting tight end Jeff Swaim from the practice squad to the active roster. Swaim has been with the Browns for about a month now, after playing last season with the Cardinals. So far, he's seen some action, but hasn't really made an impact on the stat sheet. With Njoku back in the mix, Swaim will be the 3rd tight end in the rotation behind Njoku and Jordan Akins, so we probably won't see much of a role for him. But it's all about depth, right? The Browns also signed safety Trey Dean and defensive end Marcus Haynes to the practice squad as part of their ongoing roster moves. Now, let's talk about this weekend's game. The Browns are going in as big underdogs against the Eagles, and it's not looking good. DraftKings is giving us plus 360 odds to win on the road. Yes, it's a long shot, but we have to run this offense if we want any chance of overcoming those odds. So, Browns fans, what do you think? Was it the right decision to release Whiteheart? Or did the Browns make a mistake in letting him go? And do you think Jeff Swaim can step up when needed? Or is this just another depth change? Let us know in the comments below. So, it's been a tough week for Deshaun Watson. With the Browns at 1-4, NFL analysts from all corners have been calling for Watson to be benched. After our 34-13 loss to the Commanders, the critics have gotten louder. But you know what? Watson isn't letting it get to him. In fact, he's tuning it all out. He spoke to reporters on Wednesday and said, "First of all, I don't listen. I don't watch." Watson is avoiding social media and all the chatter. He's focused on turning things around and not letting the outside noise get to him. He added, "We know what we need to do internally, and that's what matters." Watson's point is clear. The team is working hard behind the scenes and knows what needs to improve. He's focusing on what he can control, leading the offense and keeping his eyes on the future, not the critics. It's that mindset that Browns fans can appreciate, a focus on the long term, not the weekly ups and downs. Even head coach Kevin Stefanski has backed Watson, saying, "We have to focus on what's going on inside our building." And look, we all know there's been talk, rumors, about whether or not Stefanski has control over these decisions. But Stefanski has made it clear, the decision is his. He believes Watson is the guy, and he's with him through these tough times. Jerry Jeudy, one of Watson's top targets, has also weighed in. He admitted to seeing the buzz on social media about Watson, but he's not buying into the negativity. He said, "Once we start winning, everyone changes the narrative." And Browns fans, right? Winning changes everything, and Jeudy knows what Watson is capable of. He's supporting his QB, and the team supports Watson. That's what matters. Of course, the criticism hasn't been light. Former NFL QB Chase Daniel and ESPN's Mike Greenberg have both expressed their doubts. Greenberg went on to say that the Watson trade might be the worst in NFL history. Harsh, right? And yes, the numbers look tough right now. Watson's big contract, the 3 first-round picks we gave up, and the performance so far. But let's face it, Browns fans, we all knew there would be ups and downs. That's part of this journey. The season isn't over yet. NFL analysts like Dan Orlovsky have gone as far as to say that Watson's career is over. But let's not forget the facts. He's been fired by 26 teams this season, more than anyone in the league, and he's been missing key players like David Njoku. Our offensive line has been shaky at best, and Amari Cooper hasn't been himself lately. These are real challenges that any QB would struggle with. Stefanski made it clear that the offensive struggles aren't all about Watson. It's a team effort. There are protection issues, drop passes, and other factors that have held the offense back. But the bottom line is that Watson is taking responsibility. He admitted that he's been trying to do too much at times, trying to make big plays happen when things weren't going our way. That's what you want to see from a leader, someone who owns it and is committed to getting better. And let's not forget that Watson played arguably his best game as a Brown just the week before in the loss to the Raiders. He can bounce back, and he knows it. He said it himself. I take full responsibility. And honestly, Browns fans, that's what we need: accountability, focus, and determination to turn things around. Watson also spoke about the support he's getting from his teammates. He said they remind him that he's still one of the best QBs in the league, telling him to stay confident and lead the team. It's clear the locker room believes in him, and that should give us some hope. When the team is this united, anything is possible. So here's the deal, Browns fans. Watson isn't going anywhere. He's not listening to the outside noise and is focused on getting the team back on track. There's still a lot of football to be played, and we've seen crazier things happen in this league. The question is, what do you think? Do you believe in Deshaun Watson? Do you think he can pull the team out of this slump and start racking up some wins? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. So, we need to talk about Martin Emerson Jr., our third-year cornerback, who has had a bit of a rough start this season. Through the first 5 games of 2024, he's not feeling great about his performance. Last year, he didn't throw a single touchdown, and that raised the bar. Now, after allowing 3 touchdowns this season, he's feeling the pressure. He's admitted that he's not playing at the level he expects of himself, and that's tough for a guy who just wants to block receivers. Remember, last season, Emerson was the team's most targeted defensive back, but he still allowed just 36 receptions and threw 4 interceptions. Coming into this year, he had big Pro Bowl aspirations, but things haven't gone as planned. In our tough 1-4 start, the defense has struggled, and Emerson has been caught in some tough matchups. Most recently against the Commanders, he gave up a critical 41-yard touchdown to Dyami Brown just before halftime. That play, unfortunately, helped Washington take a 24-3 lead. What happened there? Well, Emerson was already worn down from the previous plays. He signaled to the sideline for a substitution, but they left him there, and Washington's coaches noticed. They took advantage of his fatigue, and Brown capitalized with that deep score. Emerson knows he didn't play right in that moment. He used a press bail technique, but as he told himself, I just need to find a way to be better. Even after a tough game, Emerson's teammates and coaches are there for him. Fellow corner Greg Newsome too, safety Rodney McLeod, and cornerbacks coach Brandon Lynch all talked to him after that touchdown. Newsome reminded him that nobody is perfect, but they trust him to bounce back. Coach Kevin Stefanski also expressed his confidence, saying, MJ is a good player. We expect him to make plays for us, and he will. The truth is, Emerson isn't alone in his struggles. The Browns' defense as a whole has taken a step back this season. After being the top-ranked defense last year, we now rank 13th, allowing 326 yards per game. Emerson is doing his best to combat that and isn't shying away from the competition. He knows the role he plays as a cornerback is tough and is determined to excel. But we do know this: Martin Emerson Jr. isn't going to back down. He has the mentality to bounce back and make plays for the Browns, and we believe in him. Now it's only a matter of time before he turns things around. What do you guys think? Will Martin Emerson Jr. get back to his Pro Bowl level? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any of the latest news. Go Browns!